You ready for a haircut?
Yep.
Alright. One of the best ways to save money is to do your own haircut. Probably saves us over $100 a month. So with 4 boys, this is a great way to save money. I also cut my own hair. So the first thing that you should do is buy the best clippers that you could get. The ones at Walmart and Target, we've used them before, and it's about, man, they last like 3 or 4 times, cutting 4 heads, and that's it. So this is a wall, and it's not the wall that you're going to find in Walmart, but if you go to a beauty supply store, they'll carry the better and a little more expensive clippers, but you're going to get your money's worth. The first thing to realize is that these clippers have settings on there. And right now that would be its lowest setting, and all the way down that would be its highest. So when you put the numbers on there, we're going to do the top of the head at a number 2. That's going to be its longest. And then you're actually going to fade into the number 1 with the number 2 on, but at its shortest. So that's how that's going to work. So we'll show you the first step. The first step is going to be bringing the whole head to the longest setting. So his hair is a little bit long, so we are going to go the longest setting. We're going to get number 2 on there, and we're going to bring the whole head to number 2 at the longest setting. So the whole head right now is at a number 2, and the reason why you do that, we're about to make a line around his head, and if the hair is too long, it's just a little bit harder to actually make that line and see it. So, are you done? Okay. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a half. So if you get your clippers, and right there, this is at its shortest setting, that's going to be 0. So you only have a cover that says number 1, so this is actually half. So we're going to get half, and we are going to make a line. I like to go just above the ear here, all the way around the head, and we're going to start at the bottom and bring it up top. And what I like to do is when I get to the line where I'm at, I like to just curl the clipper out, so it's actually just a little bit of a fade already. So you're going to see, we're going to start here, we're going to come up here, and I'm going to curl out and up and around the whole head like that. So that's the completed second step. That is the half on the line all the way around the head. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the number 1 on at its longest setting, and we are just going to come up. I like to come up all the way to where the the dome starts to curve. So I like to come all the way up. It's more of like almost like a high and tight. You don't have to. You could do like a mid fade if you just come up a couple inches past your line. But I'm going to come all the way, almost all the way up. So that will be the next step. So number 1's on, longest setting, and we're going to bring that up. And then we're going to fade that first line. So number 1, and we're going to be coming up. So that is the next step completed. So now you can actually see that we have a line at the top. This is the number 2 at the longest, right? This is number 1 at the longest, and down here is a half. Because that, what we did when we came up here and had that clipper go in the up motion, you could almost not even tell, but you can kind of see that there is a line back here, and there is more of a line back here. So now you go back to the number 1, and you're going to put it at the lowest setting. So that truly is a number 1. This is more like 1.5. So the number 1, and then you're going to fade this in there. And when you do that, you're going to kind of massage the clipper in there. So I take it and just kind of like work it in there, and that line will disappear. You're also going to take the number 2 then at the shortest setting, and you're going to fade that in. Same way. And then when you're done, you shouldn't be able to tell at all. The line should disappear, and you're just going to have a fade. Maybe the first time you do it, it might not work out exactly well. You're going to find out that there's stuff that you do that will make it look a little bit better. I like that clipper trick on just kind of having an up motion when you make your line. Also, let's say I had a line here that didn't want to disappear. I could take the number 1, or actually I could take the half. I would go back, take this cover off, put it at a half, and then just try to actually blend really slightly around the line That's just a trick I learned when I mess up. So it's not perfect, but the money saving with 4 boys and myself is actually great. So learning tricks like this too, your kids will appreciate it more. He's only 9, so he doesn't care too much right now. But I remember when I was a teenager, getting my mom giving me a haircut, and I hated it because everybody else hated it, and I just really got made fun of. And that's funny, isn't it? But if you learn how to save money and your kids actually like it, then they won't fight you on it, and he'll have a good haircut too. And the ladies will like it, right? He's scared. Okay. Here we go. Next step, we're going to fade the bottom line, and we're going to fade the top. So when I come back, it's going to be complete except for the shape up. So let's see what we get. All right, finished product besides the shape up there. So hopefully you could see that the fade came out fairly well. And although he's got a cool cowlick in the back, and that was kind of weird fading back down, but you do what you have to do. It's a nice scar. Ladies like scars and good haircuts. Right, boy? Alright, I also have to mention that these wall clippers that I got, even though they are fantastic, in New Jersey, we're right behind California with crazy laws and stuff, you actually cannot buy some beauty supply products, even clippers, if you don't have a license in cosmetology in New Jersey. So luckily for me, I knew somebody that was going to school for cosmetology and asked them to go to the beauty supply, and they got us these clippers. So that was definitely a blessing. But yeah, crazy New Jersey. Hopefully you know somebody, or sometimes if you walk in those places, maybe they just need the money and they'll let you buy it. But that is New Jersey for you. Kind of crazy. So next thing is the shape up. I just use a beard and mustache trimmer for your beard. Nope, I use a beard and mustache trimmer to just clean up the hairline, and that'll be it. So wow, you owe me 25 bucks. Just kidding. So that's the shape up. Hey, face the camera. That is the finished product there. Just clean up the hairline just a little bit. That is a hereditary widow's peak, so that's not going nowhere. But that's it. And I think anybody could do this. This is great. Just in time for school to start. This is for the kids that are going to church camp, so all the boys are ready for church camp now. But, don't be scared to do this. Jump right in. Just follow the guidelines here, and it'll get better. But you're going to save tons of money over the year if you could just do your own haircuts. So this is awesome. Everybody with the fresh cut. Who's ready for camp? Yeah! Alright, even the little guy.